Welcome to the Glenn Beck program. Tonight, I have one question for you. How secure is your freedom, the freedom of your children? I want you to remember this one quote here with Benjamin Franklin. Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety will deserve neither liberty nor safety. Benjamin Franklin. Keep that quote in mind, and remember, at the end of the hour, ask yourself, how secure is the freedom for my children? For those who aren't as old as me, didn't live through the 80s, let me just give you a quick history lesson on Lech Walesa. He was the leader of Poland's first independent trade union during the Soviet occupation. He founded a group called Solidarity. They stood against the Soviet oppression at a time when you do this, I mean, it could be fatal. Lech Walesa became so popular that he was elected Poland's president in 1990. He knows a little something about communist oppression. He also knows who it was that was standing there fighting for freedom against the iron fist of socialism and communism right beside him, the United States of America. Well, here's some audio of Lech Walesa. He just said through an interpreter about the United States. He was giving a speech here in the U.S.
The United States is only one superpower.
Dziś przewodzą światu.
Today they lead the world.
Nie ma nikt wątpliwości.
Nobody has the doubts about it.
Militarnie.
Militarily.
Przewodzą ekonomicznie, choć słabną.
They also lead economically, but they're getting weak.
A nie przewodzą moralno-politycznie.
But they don't lead morally and politically anymore.
Świat nie ma przywództwa.
The world has no leadership.
Stany były zawsze ostatnią deską ratunku dla innych narodów.
The United States was always the last resort in help for all other nations.
To była nadzieja. Gdziekolwiek się źle działo, zawsze można na Stany było liczyć.
That was the hope. Whenever something was going wrong, one could count on the United
Dziś
States.
straciliśmy tą nadzieję.
Today we lost that hope.
It is painful to hear something like that from this man. Sometimes the truth hurts, but the truth is what we need to hear. He was asked in the interview that he sat down for with the Republican gubernatorial candidate in, I think it was Illinois, if he felt like the U.S. was beginning to move more towards socialism. Here's what he said.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like that issue with those banks. So this indicates that it is a little bit in this direction. The private entrepreneurs, they are more fragile, they are wiser when managing the money and running the economy.
Państwo wszystkie pieniądze zniszczy.
The government will waste all the money.
Robi się biurokracja, buduje się.
They just build the bureaucracy.
It's a sad truth, but look at what's going on now. We've got a new jobs program, but, you know, it's a stimulus program. I mean, you can call it a 10-minute miracle for the economy's abs program, but it's not going to work because we can't spend our way out of debt. It's common sense. We also have abandoned free market principles, as Bush said, to save them. Let the free enterprise lead the way, but they won't in Washington because too many in this administration and in Congress on both sides of the aisle don't believe in the free market. People like Ron Bloom in the administration.
We know that the whole point is to game the system, to beat the market, or at least find someone who'll pay you a lot of money because they're convinced that there is a free lunch. We know this is largely about power, that it's an adults-only, no-limit game.
And that Mao was pretty much right. This administration has seemingly abandoned capitalism, the system that brought us the greatest prosperity the world has ever known. Did greed play a role? You bet it did. Obama and his people want to blame every problem we currently have on our free market system, but they won't blame any or give any of the kudos to all of the great things that came from it. They won't also blame the government for its intervention or the role Congress played in enabling government-sponsored entities like Freddie and Fannie to spiral out of control. Here's the thing. Lech Walesa was partly right. Which part? You have to ask yourself. We've moved towards socialism? Just a little? You ask and answer those questions. And answer this one. How secure is your freedom today?